there, Taurus. Welcome to your end of November 2025 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Okay. Let me put this a little bit. Okay, let's see what we got here. The heart of the matter is the Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups in other decks. And this is a card that is connected to the artist, the actual mother, the healer, the psychic. It's a very psychic energy, double water. And this could be something that you're working towards, something that you're feeling currently, a person that you are dealing with. As somebody wrote to me on YouTube and was telling me what water sign this corresponded with. I don't know if they said Cancer or Scorpio. I would just automatically think Cancer just because of the mother. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, so I don't know. But it could be like a Taurus woman who is thinking about motherhood, thinking about having a child, or even a male Taurus thinking about becoming a parent, whether or not you want to nurture a child, or whether or not you want an artistic career or a healing arts career. And usually with Taurus, the thing that would kind of come up for you is the idea of money and how is this going to work if I do this? Am I going to have to take a vow of poverty or something like that to do that kind of work, because you rule the house of earned income, so that tends to be the first thing that you think about. That might keep you from doing something, even if it's something that you really feel like you're good at or that you want to do. And in the past position, and this can be what is, kind of going on in your mind, we have another card with Mother or Queen, this time Queen of Pentacles, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Queen of Pentacles is that the card that can be I was going to say luxury and things like that, but it's more, to me, it's more of being nourished by the material energy. The mother is the one who nourishes those that she takes care of. But even within yourself, even if you have no children, even if you're a male Taurus, the point is that a Taurus person can really interact with the material world in almost like a spiritual way, where there's a sense of great importance that is placed on material energy, but it's also enjoyed. Your ruler is Venus, and it's all about pleasure. And so the Queen of Pentacles, the Mother of Pentacles, is all about that sort of the place that the person is coming from, that is very much in touch with the beautiful things in life, the material side of life, in a positive way, in a self-empowering sort of way. The Cups energy is the emotions. And so sometimes it can be a little bit like a push-pull, because the emotions are what make us feel fulfilled. And as much as you may love material things, you probably have noticed that even if you love a particular food, you can only eat so much of it before, you're like, okay, I'm stuffed. I can't have anything else. Like there's a limit of how much you can enjoy on the physical level. And that's one of the reasons why sometimes people have all kinds of money and they still feel empty inside because they don't have that sense of fulfillment that is really emotional, spiritual fulfillment. And that's kind of what the Queen of Cups is more concerned with or geared towards. The higher message is the Hermit card. I always get a kick out of this card. The illustration, I mean. And this card connects to Virgo, but it's in terms of its meaning, and this is the spiritual card to begin with. I mean, placement. But what it means is that it's about the search of going within. And the Hermit is all about searching for the inner light. And I think that's why they use that. That is your connection to source energy from your individual soul. And that comes from being alone, being in solitude, being in silence. And, it's not sought out after through some external source. It's something that you are connecting with within yourself. And maybe you have an important decision to make, whether it is a change of a job or a career, like a career change, becoming a parent for the first time, or even I would say the person who is taking themselves seriously as an artist, that kind of thing. That might be something that you're trying to decide whether or not it's worth pursuing, putting energy into. Oh, well, this is a card that I'm reading as a challenge card, so it doesn't matter like if I picked it up right or not. The card that crosses you is the Five of Pentacles. So here's another Pentacles card. And the Five of Pentacles can be a card of lack consciousness. It's funny because for a minute I was getting confused because this deck is not easy to understand by the pictures, I would say. You really have to know what each card stands for. And I was thinking of the Five of Cups, and I was thinking about grief. Doesn't this look like it's like the roses weeping, But this is actually Pentacles. So it is about material resources. It can be lack consciousness, poverty consciousness. And that's exactly what I was alluding to, that, this idea that if you were to change careers, if you were to maybe even drop out of the workforce altogether to become a mother, or if you're a male, become a stay-at-home father too. It could be that. But it's like feeling like you're abandoning a career to really be a hands-on parent for some of you. That is a scary notion that's going to lead to not having enough of material resources. And no one can convince you of that. That's like if you have any of these concerns, any variation of this, you're going to have to work that out within yourself. Nobody can guarantee. There are no guarantees in life. So the point is that, sometimes you do have to step out in faith if it's something that you truly believe is going to fulfill you. Only you can know that. What's coming in is the Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to hold it upright, but it was actually picked reversed. The Ten of Pentacles upright is a card of inheritance. When it's reversed, there can be, maybe there's a delay in receiving money. That's another thing that we have to speak about, because we did get two mothers. So that can also be a situation where maybe there is some kind of will that is going on, and you are either not plugged into it, somehow you're not in charge of it, so you don't have the inside scoop. But actually, Queen of Cups can suggest that there is some sort of, you're getting some kind of psychic hit on this. Maybe you know that there's something going on, and you're not quite sure what it is. I think with the higher message, it's always like to go within whenever you are not quite sure if people are being straight with you, because that will give you that inner resonance to decide whether or not you are going to take people at their word, or whether you're going to do your own investigation. This does not mean, when the Ten of Pentacles is reversed, I'm not suggesting that you are going to have some kind of economic downturn. Ten of Pentacles upright can be inheritance or big money, but something may be delayed, and maybe in some cases, if this has to do with what you have a desire for, like if you're someone, I would say with the Queen of Cups, if you are somebody who thinks that you have this great idea for a movie script or something, that you have to be willing to stay the course and not be so concerned with the financial side of things, because maybe it will be delayed. Maybe it's not something that's just going to show up right away. And that's why, you have to persevere and you have to believe in yourself. And it's not always easy to do all of those things. Sometimes it does feel like, you want to question your ability to make something happen. And if this is involving an inheritance, we are in a Mercury retrograde. This reading is actually for the rest of November. It's not meant to be for the rest of 2025 or beyond that, but just what the current energies are. And so there could be something going on that makes you feel nervous financially, but not because there's really a threat necessarily, is what I'm getting at. It could be because it's more of a thing that maybe you're like especially triggered now or sensitive because of your own situation. Like, for instance, if you are wanting to leave a current profession, even if it's been lucrative, you may really keenly feel the anticipation of how much less you might be making, at least initially, in that so-called dream profession. And that's why you have to be willing to accept, like, the Ten of Pentacles upside down, because it's speaking about where your starting point is. It's not about where you're finishing. The Outcome card is the Hierophant, which is connected to you, and it's connected to God. It's a card of the spiritual. It's also a card of the nonconformist. Taurus is a rather conventional sign. So you might be more likely, or prefer to kind of invest in the tried and the true rather than being more individualistic or going out on a limb with something that isn't a sure bet. And so really question that, because if you're trying to do something that isn't really part of the norm, which, of course, anybody who's a Reiki master or an artist, I mean, that's just kind of like how they roll. They're kind of marching to the beat of their own drummer. And you have to be willing to be different in order to possibly, do things that are extraordinary. Think about it. Think about the antonym to extraordinary. What would that be? Mundane, ordinary. And so it's not about gratifying the ego or exalting it. It's about feeling fulfillment, going back to that Mother of Cups. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, be it astrology, the tarot, or both, please click on the link below for more information. Thanks for watching. Bye.